This hour on Good Day Columbia.
It's the most horriblest feeling ever. You know that your daughter's there, you can't find her, you don't know if she's dead or alive.
Mayhem in Manchester. At least 22 people are dead and dozens are hurt after explosions went off at an Ariana Grande concert. Coming up, new details about who officials say was behind the deadly blast.
Plus, Representative Rick Quinn is the latest lawmaker to go before a judge in the ongoing probe into corruption at the State House. We have new information on how this case could change the future for lawmakers.
And forget a traditional baby shower, Queen Bee pulled out all the stops for a push party for her twins.
Live from the Watchbox Studios. Start local, stay local with Good Day Columbia right now.
A good Tuesday morning to you. It's May 23rd. I'm Britt Conway.
And I'm Freddie Clairville. Thank you so much for joining us for Good Day Columbia.
We continue to follow news that broke overnight out of the UK for you.
Multiple explosions rocked the Manchester Arena as Ariana Grande was wrapping up her concert there. And right now, police are treating the incident as an act of terrorism. Let's get straight to it. Here, this is video from outside the arena. This is a live look for you here. You could see police officers are standing by with that police tape. With the police tape, they're still intact there.
Now, according to British authorities, forensic evidence at the scene indicates that this was a suicide attack, and you're looking at video right now of inside after all of this happened. Now, there are reports that ISIS has celebrated the attack on social media, though no one has officially claimed responsibility for it.
Now, Britain's terrorism threat level has been set at severe in recent years. Now, last night's attack was the deadliest to hit the country since the July 7, 2005 bombings that killed 52 people in central London. And now we're getting word that world leaders and celebrities have condemned the attacks via social media.
And we have a look at some of those tweets for you right now. Take a look. House Speaker Paul Ryan tweeting, "Young and innocent lives lost in Manchester tonight, praying for the victims and their families." New York City Mayor Andrew Cuomo also had a heartfelt message. He tweeted, "I am heartbroken by the horrific explosion in Manchester. As a precaution, state law enforcement will step up security and patrols."
Well, also sharing in the sorrow, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, he says Canadians are shocked by the news of this horrific attack in Manchester tonight. Please keep the victims and their families in your prayers. Ariana Grande expressed her sentiments as well. She said, "Broken from the bottom of my heart. I am so sorry. I don't have words."
Now, we've just learned that Ariana Grande was scheduled to perform later this week, but has put the rest of her tour on hold.
Now, President Trump is currently in Israel, but we are being told that he's been briefed on the situation and is expected to give a press conference sometime today.
Now, let's walk you through what we do know right now. Now, this blast happened just before 10:35 p.m. local time. That's as the concert was wrapping up. Here's a look for you right now on your screen at exactly where this is in Manchester. Now, the explosion, which apparently took place in or just outside the arena's main corridor, is what they're looking into right now.
And at this hour, 22 people are dead and at least 60 others were taken to the hospital. Now, we don't know the names of the people who were killed or hurt. Those names have not yet been released.
Manchester police said this, quote, "is currently being treated as a terrorist incident until police know otherwise," end quote. British Prime Minister Theresa May will chair a meeting of the government's Emergency Cobra Committee. That'll happen this morning.
And of course, we'll continue to follow this story for you all morning long.
Make sure you follow us right here, of course, on Good Day Columbia. We'll also keep you updated on all of our social media platforms as well. And then you can always find everything you need at watch.com.
Well, here at home, we experienced some severe weather last night.
So we're going to check in right now with Chief Meteorologist Dana Fulton. Dana, a lot of rain, a lot of storms last night, and it doesn't look like we're quite in the clear yet.
Not in the clear at all, guys. We still have a flash flood watch in effect across the state of South Carolina, stretching through Georgia and North Carolina until tomorrow evening because of all the rain we had yesterday. So saturated outside, and we're going to continue to see showers through Wednesday. Here's a look at our radar right now. The last several hours, you can see how much moisture is continuing to move northeast. That was that shower activity that we saw overnight. Right now, just dealing with some light rain in Lexington and Richland counties. A very, very steady drizzle for us, but nothing too heavy for us currently. Rainfall totals today, at least an inch, another inch for us this afternoon. Some areas getting closer to about 2.5 inches, certainly possible for us. And that's just today on top of what we saw yesterday. We're going to continue to see showers throughout the rest of the morning. And notice moments of very heavy rainfall mixed on in there. And when it's not raining, still very cloudy outside. We still have that front stalled just outside of South Carolina. It will not start to move east until late Wednesday. So we're still going to have showers in the area Wednesday night until we start to dry up more Thursday afternoon. A little bit of a severe threat for this afternoon, especially towards Charleston, Hilton Head, and down into Orangeburg counties. A slight threat for us. It's that bright yellow. So lightning, strong winds, definitely possible. Definitely going to hear some rumbles of thunder outside. Showers and storms for us today, just a little mix of both. Temps will be in the mid to low 70s this afternoon. Sunrise right around the corner. We will not be seeing a lot of sun today as these storms continue to move through.
Mama Nature sure got me yesterday with that rain at day 2 of it. Whew, time for me to buy a good raincoat and rain boots out here. But taking a look at your roads, if you're looking for a time to head out, now is probably the best time because things are very, very quiet. If you're going to be traveling around the Fort Jackson Boulevard area, you're going to be going about 33 miles per hour. And for those coming up this way from Orangeburg to Casey, 32 minutes. Things are looking very nice over there as well. And taking a look at the northwestern metro area, we're having a very nice morning in the Malfunction Junction, especially by Bush River Road where we had that major accident yesterday. You're going about 56 miles per hour. And Highway 1, I-20, things are looking very nice. So get out on the roads early to take advantage of this. And now we're going to head back over to Brett and Friendy.
We have new information this morning about that fatal accident on I-20 yesterday. Of course, we brought you this live yesterday morning here on Good Day Columbia. This is a look at the aftermath of that accident. Well, we now know the victim's name here. We're told Jamie Watson was driving the wrong way when he crashed head-on into that tractor trailer. And the accident happened around 3:30 in the morning at mile marker 63. The 38-year-old was thrown from his car and died at the scene. Now, the truck driver here was not seriously hurt. Highway Patrol is still investigating this accident. And we do have some new stats for you from the Department of Public Safety. According to the agency, 5 people were killed on South Carolina roads this weekend. So far this year, 375 people have died compared to 366 deaths during the same period last year. Officials say almost half of those deaths so far this year were folks who weren't wearing seatbelts.
Well, all new this morning, people who sell or manage property in South Carolina will have to pass a background check to renew their license under a new law. Here's what you might have missed. The law requires real estate agents, brokers, and property managers to undergo a fingerprint-based check every 3rd license renewal or every 6 years. But the law doesn't take effect until 2020. This happened after real estate agent Todd Cohep was arrested after a woman was found chained in a storage container on his Spartanburg property. Right now, he's being charged in 7 people's deaths.
A daycare employee right here in the Midlands is in some serious trouble this morning, and it's because she assaulted a toddler. Right now, Thomasine Jackson, who you see right here, is accused of slapping a 3-year-old girl in the face. She's being charged with assault and battery and commission of, quote, certain offenses within 100 yards of a daycare facility. Now, deputies say this happened at the Play Pals Kindergarten and Daycare Center. That's off St. Andrews Road. Officials were alerted about the assault after someone found bruises on her face on both sides and under her chin. Investigators say Jackson hit the little girl after she refused to put away her toys. So we did some digging here for you, and we found a list of some helpful information if you're in the search for the right child care provider. And when it comes to staff, here's what you need to know. DSS says you want to ask this question: does the provider require staff to receive regular ongoing child care training? Has the staff had criminal background checks, including fingerprinting? And you're going to want to know if all staff members are qualified to care for kids. Well, still to come, another lawmaker will face a judge today, and it's the latest fallout from the corruption probe at the State House. Arlena Pringle is out there live. We'll check in with her momentarily. She will have the latest.
Plus, a group of lawyers want to make sure Michael Slager is in prison for a long time. The details after the break.
Welcome back to Good Day Columbia. Your time now is 6:12, and taking a look at your roads, things are looking very nice. So if you are considering getting out onto the roads, now is the best time. Things are very quiet, and if you're planning to travel Lexington to Highway 1, it's going to be about 12 minutes, and then going a little bit further to Highway 1, Assembly Street, it's going to be about 4 minutes, so definitely get on the road a little bit earlier. Things are looking also nice on the northeastern part of the metro. If you're going to be traveling Fort Jackson Boulevard, your speeds are about 33 miles per hour, not too slow. And good news if you're planning to go Orangeburg to Casey, nothing's getting in your way this morning with a 32-minute commute time. Now let's head over to Dana to see how much more rain we're going to get.
Overall, Natalie, we're expecting quite a few inches of rain today, so keep that in mind as you're heading out the door for the morning commute. There is water on the roads and more water falling from the sky, so you certainly want to stay safe today.
Well, happening today, Representative Rick Quinn will be in court to face charges of misconduct in office.
So this is the latest development into a corruption probe at the State House. Arlena Pringle joins us live from the courthouse this morning.
Alina, what can we expect from today's hearing?
Well, we're hearing that Quinn's legal team requests that a special prosecutor be removed from the case. Midland's Representative Rick Quinn is charged with misconduct of office. There are 2 hearings planned in his case. It's part of an ongoing corruption probe at the State House. The first hearing will set bond in the case, while the second hearing, Quinn and his lawmakers will try to have that special prosecutor removed from the investigation. Quinn is the 3rd lawmaker indicted since last year to be in the probe. All 3 have been suspended from office. And right now, the House and the Senate Ethics Committees are reviewing advisory opinions to determine if updates are needed to ensure lawmakers get the proper guidance to stay within the boundaries of the state's ethic laws. Since 2014, 4 legislators have been indicted in the probe. Now, this probe has been led by First Circuit Solicitor David Pasco. Reporting live from Richland County Courthouse, Lena Pringle, Watch Fox News.
Also happening today, Michael Slager's case will be brought up in a discussion between lawyers.
Yeah, that's right. Let's get straight to it. So a group called Black Lawyers for Justice plan to discuss the case at a press conference this afternoon. They want the former cop sentenced to life in prison.
They're worried that he could get a relatively shorter sentence. And you'll remember Slager pleaded guilty to federal civil rights charges earlier this month. He shot and killed Walter Scott during a traffic stop in 2015. Well, it's an end of an era for a USC golfer. Courtney King has the details coming up in sports.
But first, chaos, panic, and anger in the UK right now following last night's deadly explosion. A parent of a missing teen speaks out after the break.
We've been following a developing story out of the UK all morning for you. Right now, at least 22 people are dead and dozens more are hurt in what British authorities say was indeed a terror attack in the city of Manchester.
The target, a pop concert, mostly attended by young people, including children. As Reed Binion reports, officials in the U.S. are cooperating with British authorities, saying the blast was likely a suicide attack.
Oh my God.
A deadly explosion rocking an area outside of England's Manchester Arena Monday night as concert goers left the show by pop singer Ariana Grande. Inside the venue, there was confusion, a crescendo of screaming, then panic.
Oh my God!
A flood of terrified concert goers fleeing from the arena as sirens flooded the air outside. The blast rocked the area just after Grande had finished up her show.
It was just horrific.
The concert attended mostly by young fans, many of them tweens and teenagers.
She went to the concert with her friend, spoke to her just before 10 o'clock, and we've not heard anything from her since.
Terrified parents struggling after the attack to learn if their children were among the dead or injured.
And I don't know how people can do this to innocent children.
Grande herself tweeting, quote, "Broken. From the bottom of my heart, I am so sorry. I don't have words." Police are treating the explosion as a terrorist incident and say a suspected IED was used. Officials saying the blast was likely a suicide bombing. A man at the scene identified as the possible attacker. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Wow, just heartbreaking. Timer now is 6:20.
Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Dana Fulton. Dana, how's our Tuesday shaping up?
Overall, a little rocky outside, guys. We're seeing a lot of rain currently across the southeast. We have a flash flood watch in effect for us across the Midlands, issued yesterday, and it's going to run until Wednesday night because of all the rain that we've already seen. The ground's very saturated. The roads are wet. We're going to be seeing a lot more rain today as well as tomorrow. So definitely keep that in mind. Keep an eye to the road as you're going out today. Isolated amounts of rain getting up to about 4 inches for some parts, believe it or not. It's going to be a very stormy afternoon, very soggy for us for today and tomorrow. But later on this week, we dry up and clear up. Slight risk for severe weather towards the southeast part of the state. Charleston stretching up to Aiken. That green is marginal, so we do have the chance to see some strong thunderstorms roll on through yet again with a lot of moisture. These are accumulation totals for the next 36 hours, so we've already seen a few inches of rain for some parts and throughout the rest of today and tomorrow. Seeing another inch for most of the Midlands. Some areas getting closer to about 2.5 inches. So you notice a lot of rain on the way for us. It's not going to be raining hard all the time. Right now we just have some light showers, but certainly the chance remains to have those heavy showers popping on up, or stronger storms moving on through later this afternoon and this evening. Cloudy when it's not raining. We see showers popping up tomorrow afternoon yet again and overnight, but things will start to clear up for Thursday. We're expecting some storms early in the afternoon on Thursday, or early in the morning, and by the afternoon we start to dry up. Temps stay close to 80 for the next several days, and then looking ahead to Thursday and Friday, warming up with sunshine.
And for your Tuesday morning commute, get onto the roads earlier than you usually do because things are looking phenomenal. There is just nothing getting in the way of drivers today. Going Lexington to Highway 1, going to be about a 12-minute commute time, and then going from Highway 1 to Assembly Street, 4 minutes. And yesterday we had that accident over in the Malfunction Junction area, but today everything is smooth sailing. You're going to be going about 56 miles per hour. I'll have another update on your roads in about 10 minutes. And don't go anywhere because Courtney King is next on Good Day Columbia with your sports.
Welcome back to Good Day Columbia. It's time for your morning sports update with Courtney King. And Courtney, talking about Gamecock baseball, it hasn't been a really great season so far.
No, and I was actually just talking about this yesterday with some friends. I mean, they started out really hot, ranked really high up there in the top 5. Now, not really ranked anymore in any of there's so many baseball polls, but yeah, it's kind of gone south, and so this is the last chance for them in the SEC tournament. So we'll see what happens, Britt. Well, the Gamecocks head to the SEC tournament as the 11 seed. USC takes on 6-seeded Vanderbilt this morning at 10:30 a.m. in Hoover, Alabama. Now, Carolina won their final home contest of the year against Georgia, but still dropped their last 8 conference series in a row. The Gamecocks feel the pressure. If they don't pick up a win against Vandy, they pack their bags and come back home. Now, USC also needs a win to up the odds of getting into the NCAA tournament. Now, with all the program's criticism, head coach Chad Holbrook says he's not worrying about his job security.
I just take it one step at a time. I got a lot of things to worry about, and the first thing I got to worry about is my team and playing tomorrow. And I'm going to be okay, and one way or the other. And I'm not worried about Chad Holbrook. I'm worried about getting our team ready to play the best baseball it can, and hopefully we'll do that tomorrow.
And the conference names USC's Carlos Cortez to the freshman All-SEC team on Monday. The youngin's been a bright spot for Carolina during this rough stretch. Cortez went 6 for 12 in the Georgia series with 3 multi-hit games. He's also hitting .292 for the season with 9 doubles, 9 homers, and 33 RBIs. Now, Cortez hit 7 of those 9 dingers against conference foes. He's also 7th in the league in slugging percentage when playing against SEC teams. And Gamecock women's golf ends their season in Sugar Grove, Illinois. The ladies finished just outside of the top 8 and 10th at the NCAA championship. This also ends Caitlin Dambaugh's career at South Carolina. The senior finished tied 50th with teammate Anna Palaeus. The duo held a 3-day mark of 232 plus 16. Dambaugh will head to the LPGA Tour later this season. Clemson released the football program's summer depth chart on Monday. The chart names Kelly Bryant as the starting quarterback. Zuri Cooper and true freshman Hunter Johnson back up the junior. Bryant backed up Deshaun Watson and Nick Schuessler the last 2 seasons. The list names 5 other new starters on defense. The 2017 season kicks off September 2nd with the Tigers hosting Kent State. Steph Curry and the Warriors looking for the sweep and to advance to the NBA Finals. We go second quarter, Warriors up 16. Spurs' DeJounte Murray on the break goes up. The Warriors' Kevin Durant makes the incredible block. 51-35 Warriors game here. Third quarter, Warriors up 17. Some nice ball movement leads to a three for Durant. Warriors up 20. Still in the third, Warriors up 15. Curry with the behind-the-back dribble, steps back, drains the three. Golden State sweeps San Antonio 129-115, advancing to the NBA Finals. The Warriors hold a perfect postseason record so far, 12-0. That'll do it for Sports More. Good day, Columbia. Have a quick timeout.
You're watching Good Day Columbia with Friendly Clairvaux, Britt Conway, Chief Meteorologist Dana Fulton, Traffic with Natalie Parsons, and Sports with Courtney King. Start local, stay local with Good Day Columbia right now.
Welcome back to Good Day Columbia. I'm Britt Conway. We're going to take a look at your headlines this Tuesday morning. Now, of course, the story everyone is talking about around the world right now, that deadly explosion out of Manchester. So far, 22 people confirmed dead. Dozens more were sent to the hospital after an explosion. This happened at an Ariana Grande concert. According to a U.S. official, it looks like the blast was the result of a suicide bombing. Longtime state lawmaker Rick Quinn is set to be in court on misconduct in office charges. He is accused of using campaign donations for personal profit and accepting millions from lobbyists. Now, this is the fourth indictment in an almost 3-year-old corruption investigation at the State House. It's 6:32 right now. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Dana Fulton. Hey, Dana, how's it looking out there this morning?
Hey, good morning, everyone. Overall, we are expecting another rainy day for us across the Midlands. Believe it or not, we still have that flood watch in effect until 8 o'clock Wednesday night. Because of all of the rain that we've already seen, the ground is super saturated, and we have more rain on the way today as well as tomorrow. This is a look at the last 4 hours for us. Showers continuing to move into the Midlands. We have light showers right now in Richland County, a little bit in Lexington County as well, right by the downtown area. Looking at our rainfall totals for the next 36 hours, this is on top of what we have already received. At least an inch of rain on the way. Some areas getting closer to about 2 inches. Upwards of 3 or 4 certainly possible as these showers move on through, especially towards Orangeburg. Notice they continue to see that heavy rainfall throughout the afternoon and the evening. Overnight, we just see clouds, and then tomorrow, showers yet again as that cold front is still stalled to the west. Things don't clear up until we get through Thursday. We'll start to see a little more sun in the forecast. Slight chance for severe weather towards Aiken, stretching down into Hilton Head, Charleston area. That's the corner we're keeping an eye on for the day for strong thunderstorms. Temps in the low 70s this afternoon with showers and storms, of course. Sunrise was just a few minutes ago, and we'll continue to keep an eye on those storms moving on in.
And we have our first accident of the morning. This is going to be near Fort Jackson Boulevard, right off of I-77 South. So be prepared for things to slow down a little bit in this area. But taking a look at the northwestern part of the Columbia Metro, things are looking nice. I mean, lots of green this morning. And where we had that massive accident yesterday morning over by Bush River Road, there it's clear 56 miles per hour is how fast you're going to be going. I'll have another update for you in about 10 minutes.
Thanks for that, Natalie. Well, in your Wellness Watch, summer is right around the corner. We got a little more than a month until summer starts. And for some of you, that may mean a big trip, a lot of traveling. But keep in mind, of course, travel can come with some stress. So Arlena Pringle found a few ways that you can decrease some of that summertime travel tension. Say that 5 times fast.
Welcome back, everybody. As promised before, we're going to show you a few ways to help you manage that summertime travel tension. Now, we're still at Sorinex headquarters in Lexington, and we have with us Dana Santos, who's a mobility coach and the yoga expert at CNN. And so now, how are we going to get down to teaching these people kind of some moves that they can do to relieve some of that summertime travel tension?
Well, we talked about when you are traveling, like in the car or on a plane, you're kind of trapped in one position, and so you think you can't move. But just little movements actually help to increase circulation, and they're way more impactful than you think that they would be.
Yeah.
And especially in your legs. So just making some circles.
See, those are things you never think about when you're traveling.
But it feels good, doesn't
it?
it?
Like to stop for a couple of minutes and just...
Yeah, and you can do this on a plane, and you don't look goofy doing it. If you're driving, you come to a stoplight, think about the directions that your spine moves, like just a little bit of a kind of like
even
back.
See, like the little things
Yes.
that could definitely help, especially if you have a 5-hour trip or something like that, or you're on a plane for 6 hours or something. Wow,
It's
just
so
little
important to
things.
get up. They say sitting is like the new smoking,
Oh,
you know?
well, I mean, that makes sense,
Right.
and especially if you think about the tension that people would probably get is from sitting so long and not moving at all, but to maybe go to the bathroom or go get gas or something like that.
And then because you're sitting, you think about all those areas that are compressed. When you do have the opportunity to get up, it's good to do a little move. And I told you I'd show
Okay.
you this one. Just put one leg in front of the other.
One leg,
Now,
maybe I'll do it this way.
you'll do it that way?
Oh,
Okay.
wait, no, I'm gonna do it this way.
All right, this way.
There we go.
So now think about this hip flexor, because this was
Okay.
all crunched up. And then if you put your hand on your opposite hip,
Oh, opposite.
and then just reach over to the side, you're gonna
Ow,
get
oh,
this
I feel
whole
it.
side
Even-
body stretch, right?
Wait a minute.
Just take a couple
Oh,
of breaths there.
That's nice. That is relief. That is relief.
It
Oh,
works.
Wait a minute. I might just have to do it on the other side.
Right?
Let's see. Oh. Ah.
Yeah, and you can do this in the back of the plane.
Well,
You
yeah.
have room, you know, right in front of the restroom in that area. I've done it with the flight attendants before. Like, just we do it together. It's awesome.
Just very simple movements that at least helps with, I guess it's just a lot of circulation and moving and
It
just trying to
is.
keep going. Coming up next, we're going to give you a few more tips on how to manage that tension that you may sometimes get as you're traveling this summer.
Welcome back to Good Day Columbia. Your time now is 6:40, and taking a look at your roads, we are continuing to monitor the accident over at I-77 South at Fort Jackson Boulevard. Be prepared to go taking it a little bit slow this morning, and if you're going to be traveling the Malfunction Junction area, you're going to be cruising at about 56 miles per hour. Now let's head over to Dana to check out how much more rain we're going to get.
Overall today, we're expecting another very stormy afternoon for us across the Midlands. Temperatures will hover in the mid to low 70s as we are expecting about another 1.5 inches of rain to fall across the area.
All right, Dan, thanks for that. Okay, parents, school will be over in a few days, and many of you are trying to figure out what to do with your child. Now, this week on Good Day Columbia, we are highlighting different summer camps that your child could get involved in. And this morning, we have a special treat for you. Of course, he is the Gamecock superstar legend, Marcus Lattimore. He is here this morning. Good morning, Marcus.
Always good to see you.
Always good to see you, too. You know, things are doing, so how things are going for you, man?
It's going well. We just wrapped up spring practice at Heathwood Hall.
Yep.
I'm the head football coach there, and we're just trying to figure out some things.
Wow.
We had a good 2 weeks of work, but I'm looking forward to getting into the summer.
Absolutely. Speaking about the summer, talk about your summer camp. How did your summer camp come along? Obviously, a lot of planning.
Yeah. Well, we started about 4 years ago. I partnered with a company called First Choice Fit,
Okay.
Select Health of South Carolina, and they're a company that actually cares about the community. They want to partner. They want to get their members active.
Right.
And now we go all across the state. We do one in the Midlands, one in the Upstate, one in the Grand Strand, and one in the Low Country. And it's a great turnout at every event. They're learning fundamentals. But it started about 4 years ago, and I think it's progressed each year, and it's gotten better.
So what does the camp consist of? You know, when we go out, what do you all teach the students, and do they get one-on-one with you?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. Well, I think football is more of the lure to get them there because fitness is really the whole thing about it. First Choice Fit, they've done a great job of marketing, and I just want the kids to understand that if you play sports, if you're active for the rest of your life, you're going to live a long, healthy life.
Wow, yeah.
So you learn fundamentals. Yeah, football is great. I play football, and I think that's my platform.
Right,
It's an easy way to get them out there. But you're learning how to run, how to jump, how to do these fundamental things that can translate to any sport that you want to play and things you can do for the rest of your life.
So give us an example of a schedule. If I'm thinking of having my child be involved in the summer camp, are we talking about like a 9 to 12 type of deal, or all day field? What are we looking at?
Well, you get, 4 hours. So we start at 8 a.m.
Okay.
and then you go through the health screening. And then we go ahead and go with an introduction and introduce all the coaches. Then we start a warm up. Then we go through our agility drills. Then we'll get to some football, a little bit of special teams, and then we'll wrap up. And not to mention that you get a free T-shirt and a free health screening, and it's open to the public. So even if you're not participating in the camp, come get a free health screening. So we'll be done. It's about 4 hours and 30 minutes.
Well, that is really, so is there a cap? Is there a cap how many students can enroll?
I think it's smart that we cap it at 100 kids for the ratio of coaches that we have, so they can get individualized, good quality work. So we cap the camp at 100 people.
Okay, and so of course there are 3 camps left for the summer. Myrtle Beach is on June the 17th. Then you have Charleston on June the 24th, and Columbia will be July 22nd. And the numbers on your screen for more information: 407-748-7485.
Yes, sir.
Of course, once again, all these camps hosted by Marcus Lattimore himself. So always good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Always getting back to the community. That's why many people call you the Gamecock legend. You know, you give back to your community. It's good to have you here this morning.
Always good to be here. Thank you so much.
Marcus, thank you. We appreciate it. All right, folks, stay with us. There's more Good Day Columbia coming up after the break.
Right now, authorities in Houston are trying to figure out who shot a 1-year-old. Investigators say the child was in a car with a woman when she heard a loud noise soon after the child started crying. So she stopped the car and noticed the 1-year-old had gotten shot in the leg. Authorities say they have no suspects right now.
Well, at this moment, police in Memphis are looking for the person or persons who started shooting at a memorial service. 3 people were shot and hurt while paying respects to Mynesha Johnson's vigil on Monday night. According to witnesses, attackers started shooting from 2 cars. Johnson was a teen mom who was killed 2 years ago. 2 people were sent to the hospital and 1 is in critical condition.
We're learning more right now about why 2 Canadian pilots were arrested after their plane had a mechanical issue. Now, this happened back on March 29th. They were flying a small plane from the Bahamas to Windsor, Ontario, but a mechanical issue forced them to land at a small airport in Ohio. After the plane landed, U.S. authorities found 290 pounds of cocaine on board. Yeah, that'll get you arrested. The men have agreed to plead guilty to possession with intent to distribute. Narcotics officers say the drugs have a street value of about $4.6 million.
Well, new developments this morning as it relates to Haiti's deadly earthquake back in 2010. Some victims of that deadly earthquake get to stay in the U.S. for 6 more months. We're talking nearly 58,700 Haitians. Those Haitian immigrants were registered for temporary protected status, which permits them to live and work in the U.S. Their status was set to expire in July, but has now been extended through January 2018.
Pleading the Fifth, President Donald Trump's former national security advisor, General Michael Flynn, will invoke his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. So exactly what does that mean? Mary Maloney explains.
General Michael Flynn is refusing to comply. President Trump's former national security advisor will plead the Fifth instead of turning over documents to the Senate Intelligence Committee. The committee is one of many investigating alleged ties between the Trump team and Russia.
Are we in control of the government, or is Russia in control of the government?
According to a new letter from the leading Democrat on the House Oversight Committee, Flynn made false statements to investigators about who funded his foreign trips, including a 2015 trip to Russia where Flynn was paid about $45,000. According to the letter, Flynn claimed his trips were funded by, quote, U.S. companies. But the House committee alleges that a Russian TV network paid him.
Anyone who's been advised that there's a criminal investigation virtually has to take the Fifth Amendment. None of this involves the campaign or any allegation of Russian collusion.
Pleading the Fifth is something then candidate Trump denounced during the campaign.
You see, the mob takes the Fifth. If you're innocent, why are you taking the Fifth Amendment?
A source close to Flynn said it'd be, quote, highly imprudent for him not to exercise his Fifth Amendment rights, since several members of Congress have called for Flynn's prosecution.
We have to find out whether we have the ability to either hold General Flynn in contempt or whether it's just Fifth Amendment. I've got to get the legal answer to that first.
I'm Mary Maloney reporting.
Well, time right now is 6:50.
And let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Dana Fulton. Dana, another rainy day for us.
Yes, rainy, dreary across the board. This is a wide picture of our radar right now. A lot of rain on the way for us today. We have a flash flood watch still in effect for us, issued yesterday because when we were seeing the heavy rainfall. We have heavy rain on the way today as well as tomorrow. That flash flood watch goes through Wednesday at 8 o'clock. So definitely keep that in mind. Isolated amounts of rain getting up to about 4 inches for some areas, at least another inch of rain in the forecast for us today. Later in the week, though, things are going to switch up, dry up and warm up for us. Slight risk for severe weather from Hilton Head down to Charleston and Aiken and Orangeburg. That's where we're going to be seeing some stronger winds and some heavier rain for us through the next 36 hours. This is the additional amount of rain we're expecting to see. We've already seen about an inch downtown. Expecting another 1.5 inches, some areas getting another 3 inches of rain. So definitely keep that in mind. We're definitely going to be seeing some showers and strong storms throughout the rest of the day. Staying very cloudy even when it's not rainy. Right now, it's so overcast outside. I couldn't even tell that the sun rose just a little bit ago. We'll stay cloudy overnight, and then tomorrow, very similar setup. We'll have a few isolated showers in the morning, and then throughout the afternoon, seeing those strong storms move on through yet again for us. Our next 7 days are going to look a little better by the time we get towards Friday as well as Saturday. We'll go back to my 7-day forecast. For some reason, sometimes little Clemson baseball likes to pop up on in there. As far as today's forecast, close to 80 degrees for us today and as well as tomorrow, and even stretching into Wednesday. Now, by the end of the week, we will be seeing that sun, and that'll be very, very beneficial to help us dry out because, as I mentioned, the ground is super saturated right now. So to see even more rain on top of that, certainly going to be an issue for anyone driving or just in general that flash flood watch we're keeping an eye on. Okay.
Well, something good to know, and that, of course, you know, we always have information on the Skywatch weather app too. So,
yes.
If you want to kind of have constant updates for you, that's the place to go.
Or to take a look at the radar, because as we were looking at it, it's isolated showers, it's scattered showers. To be able to see what's going on right now, right outside your door, or what is coming your direction, having that radar in your hand. Awesome.
Happening
but of course,
right
Dana
now.
will always
Exactly.
keep an eye on things
I
for you too.
I do.
And nice to know that Friday is clearing out. Looks like it's going to head into a good weekend.
Friday and Saturday are looking pretty good.
Well,
fantastic.
Well, looking forward to it. Thanks for that, Dana. Let's check in right now with Natalie. Natalie, how's the traffic out there?
Yeah, thus far things are looking very mild compared to yesterday, but we do have 2 accidents to let you know about, starting with the one over by Fort Jackson Boulevard off of I-77 South. Doesn't look like it's impacting travel too much, but just be aware that things are going to be a little slower in that area. And we also have an accident off I-20 West Monticello Road. That's going to be it doesn't appear to be impacting travel times too much. Malfunction Junction looks good, and if you're planning to travel Lexington to Highway 1, that's going to be about 12 minutes, and then going from Highway 1 to Assembly Street, that's about 4 minutes. So get out on the roads a little bit earlier than you usually do, just to take advantage of them when they look this good. I'll have another update for you in about 10 minutes.
Thanks, Natalie. Well, the stars were aligned for Beyonce and Jay-Z over the weekend.
Yep, so after the break, find out how the couple celebrated their pregnancy with their A-list friends, including Britt Conway.
You're hilarious. Not me. We'll be back.
Welcome back to Good Day Columbia. Time right now is 6:57. Now there is more social media buzz about Beyonce's pregnancy after the Queen Bee had a star-studded baby shower this weekend.
Beyonce and husband Jay-Z announced in February they are expecting twins, which will make them a family of 5 with daughter Blue Ivy.
The couple celebrated the twins' upcoming arrival with family and friends, including fellow expectant mother Serena Williams.
The due date is still unknown, but fans think it will be sometime soon. She's got to be ready to pop soon.
I thought she was like 9 months, like way back.
Way back, yeah. So we'll
kids need to come now.
I'm waiting.
I feel like whatever Beyonce does, it's like big. You know what I mean? She's Beyonce.
Well, they haven't done the gender reveal yet, so
maybe they're going to keep that a secret, you guys. I don't know. We'll find out. There's more Good Day Columbia coming up after the break, guys.